This is Peter Burns from Australia, and there's a little time lag between like what I'm saying and what I'm actually seeing. So don't worry about it. Just consider it like a bad dubbed Chinese movie. Okay. So Peter has like a couple minutes to talk about anything he wants to talk about, and so I was thinking your online classes.
Online classes, yes. What I specialise in, Laura, is horary astrology,
Right.
which is, I reckon, is the best astrology. It's a very prejudicial point of view, but horary astrology is wonderful because there's no need for accurate birth times.
Right.
You don't have to rectify a chart and spend hours and hours and hours. You just simply ask a question that you want to have answered,
Right.
and you get the answer.
Right there.
And so what I do is I run correspondence classes
Right.
online.
And you can do it at your own. You can do it at your own pace. See, if we look up there, we can see. We actually look at their eyeballs. I'm seeing you.
Okay.
I'm seeing you. Okay.
Yes.
It's like he has it set up that it's not like a clock winding down, and it's like, oh, if I don't do it within 2 weeks, I'm screwed. He lets you work at your own pace, which I think is like
Correct.
really nice.
Yes.
That's really kind.
Yes.
So. What's fascinating about horary, get your mind out of the gutter. Horary astrology is because a lot of people don't know their birth time. I have a lot of friends who are from Morocco, and they're born when the yellow cow died, and there was a flood. That's all they know, So horary astrology would work really well because it's when they ask the question. But also, wasn't it traditional back in the day when people weren't really quite sure when folks were born?
That's exactly right. And of course, the only people that did know the birth times were royalty.
Right, but even then it was a little dicey.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
still
right.
a little dicey
But
too.
the interesting thing is it works, and it works
Right.
incredibly well. If you ask a question,
Right.
the cosmos is going to give you the answer.
Right.
And then the question is that it's only then up to us astrologers to interpret
Right.
the answer that comes from the cosmos.
Right. Now, what I wanted to ask you, because you also do palmistry.
Palmistry, that's right.
Now, I'm wondering, do you mix the horary astrology with the palmistry if you're doing like a one-to-one sort of like reading for someone? Because then it's sort of like it adds another dimension, it adds another
Yes.
intuitive avenue.
Well, actually, palmistry is excellent.
Right.
The natal chart and the horary chart show the template and where you're going with life. The hands show how you're going to live that out, how it manifests.
And don't the lines in the hands change when people go through life-changing events like
Precisely.
when I'm thinking about committing suicide, lines like this. Oh, I'm chill, I've figured out my problem, I'm not going to kill myself, different lines.
The lines on the hands are recordings
Right.
of the cerebral nervous system, what you're thinking
Right.
and emotionally believing.
Right.
And they will change as you change.
Right.
So if you don't like where they're going, you set about making changes in your life to correct your life to what you're doing to become more prosperous, fulfilled, etc.
So this also goes in line with some of the discussions that people have been having about fate versus free will. And I'm of a mind that you have free will. Your chart can tell you where you have talents that are hidden and where you're a jerk. You work on which one you want to deal with. You want to be a jerk, you want to manifest your creative potential. And the same thing, the hands will, as he says in palmistry, the hands will chart your progress. They're not going to lie. Stars don't lie, your hands don't lie. Ain't that right?
Correct.
That's right.
Very good.
What's your next gig? Because you're here. You didn't fly out here just for the San Francisco Astrological Society.
Well, my next gig is at the San Francisco Astrological Society on
This Saturday!
Under fixed stars.
Fixed stars,
We're going
okay.
to fix those stars to the
Right.
wall and talk about them.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's it's not all that well known. The public thinks we're into stars, but we're mostly into planets. That's
Right.
the great irony of astrology
Right.
these days. But
Right.
I think it's great to get back into the real stuff as well and integrate it into
Right.
our planetary systems
Would you-
and do the fixed stars.
Would you say that you're like a real traditionalist? Because
I'm
here
a
you're
traditionalist.
doing palmistry, doing horary, doing
Yeah.
fixed stars, and I'm going, oh my God, how much Cancer do you have in your chart?
Uranus is all.
Oh, Uranus is up. He's a boomer like me. Uranus and Cancer. We're getting our butts kicked with this Pluto and Capricorn. Let me tell you. Ain't that true? It depends if you count anything past Saturn. Okay. an outer planet kind of guy?
I'll use the outer planets when they're on the angles, or when they're conjunct a significator or a major star.
Right.
I don't use barely any orbs, but mainly use, if we understand first what the first 7 classical planets actually do mean, then we can integrate in that order. First, the first 7, that's most important. Most astrologers, many astrologers nowadays, they look at a chart and they'll go straight to the outer planets and ignore what's there.
Yeah.
They talk about, my Pluto is conjunct I think it's the other way around.
Right. Yeah. Well, my feeling is it's like the inner planets is like that's yourself. The outer planets, that's your generation.
Yeah.
So like if your outer planets are closely aspected to some of your personal planets. Like I have Sun conjunct Pluto. I can't ignore Pluto because it's conjunct in the 8th house. Oh yes, there's been a lot of sex in my life. Let me tell you. But anyway, and this is going up on YouTube. So anyway, this is Peter Burns, all the way from Australia, if you couldn't tell by his accent. And he's doing a workshop with the San Francisco Astrological Society this Saturday. God willing and the creek don't rise, I get this YouTube up tomorrow. Okay? You want to say toodles?
Thank you very much. Thanks for listening.
Ta-ta. Ta-ta for now.